Hello everyone and welcome back to Desert Sports YouTube channel, and today in this video I'm going to be reviewing match day 2 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So I'm going to be reviewing the match day 2 game. So don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button and comment down below what you thought of the match day 2 games, and let's get straight into it. So match day 2 kicked off with Group A again. It was Czech Republic versus South Africa. Now South Africa, they lost their first game against Mexico, so they were looking for a win, but Czech Republic and South Africa drawing 1-1. Sedilic in the 6-minute score for Czech Republic to make it 1-0, and then Moko Ina got a penalty for South Africa in the 83rd minute to make it 1-1. So 1-1 was the full-time score between Czech and South Africa. So yep, so that was 1-1 in that one. So that puts South Africa last on the table on 1 point, and Czech on 1 point as well on 3rd and 4th. So it's 1-1 the full-time score now. Let's look at some match stats for this game. Now shots was South Africa 17-12, shots on target 5-3 for South Africa. So South Africa had a better shot on target. Our possession was 61% South Africa and 39% Czech Republic. So the possession was definitely dominated by South Africa. Passes, 541 passes by South Africa and only 300 from Czech Republic. Pass accuracy was 90% pass accuracy for South Africa and only 82% for Czech Republic. Fouls, 11-10. So Czech committed the most fouls by 1. But yep, anyway, 1-1 the full-time score. So I think both teams, I mean, Mexico has already advanced to Group A, so we'll see what happens. But Czech Republic, their next game is against Mexico, and South Africa playing Korea. So Czech Republic and South Africa both have to win their next game to try and go through to the round of 32. But anyway, 1-1 the full time score in that game it was indeed. Then we move on to Group B matches, Switzerland versus Bosnia. Bosnia, where Switzerland smashing Bosnia 4-1, with Mazambi scoring 2 goals for Switzerland in the 74th and 90th minute. Vargas also scoring a goal for Switzerland in the 84th minute, and Zakhaka getting a penalty in the 90+7th minute for Switzerland. And now Machamek scored the 1 goal for Bosnia in the 90+3rd minute. But yep, Switzerland winning the game 4-1. So with that win for Switzerland, that puts them second on the table on 4 points. And Bosnia, with that loss, are currently third on the table on 1 point. So Bosnia will probably need to win their next game to probably go through, because they're currently 0 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss, and on 1 point. But yeah, Switzerland are they're not guaranteed through now, but yeah, we'll see what happens with Switzerland. They'll probably need at least a draw maybe to even go through. They could go through, I think, with a loss, but with a draw next week, it should be okay. But yeah, 4-1 the full-time score. Now, team stats was definitely dominated by Switzerland. I mean, shots, Switzerland 13-4. Shots on target, 8-3 for Switzerland. I mean, possession, 62% for Switzerland and only 38% for Bosnia. Passes, 574 for Switzerland, 326 for Bosnia. Like, pass accuracy was 97 for Switzerland. Like, I mean, Bosnia committed the most fouls with 17, but yeah, it was definitely dominated by Switzerland in this game. But yeah, Bosnia, they will probably have to win their next game if they want to get through to the round of 32. The next game was March 27. It was Group B match. It was Canada v Qatar. Now Qatar being eliminated. Wait, hang on. Qatar versus Canada. Now Canada smashing Qatar 6-0 the full-time score. Canada winning 6-0 against Qatar. What a game that was indeed. Now, Jonathan David scored a hat-trick for Canada, scoring in the 29th, 45th plus 3rd minute, and 90 plus 2nd minute. So there was a hat-trick by David. Zali Laren scored in the 14th minute for Canada. Nathan Saliba scored in the 64th minute for Canada. And Mohamed Minaya, who was a Qatar player, scored an own goal in the 75th minute. And there was also 2 red cards in this game for Qatar. One was Haman Ahmed in the 33rd minute and Hassan Madembo for the 53rd minute. So yeah, the discipline for Qatar in the second half was just not great. But the stats, Canada, 31 shots and only 2 from Qatar. I mean, shots on target, 10 for Canada, 0 for Qatar. Possession, 78% Canada, 22% Qatar. Passes, 565 for Canada, 137 for Qatar. Pass accuracy was 93% for Canada, and the pass accuracy was pretty bad for Qatar, only at 68%. But yep, 19 corners by Canada as well in that game. But yep, 6-0 Qatar. They're gonna have to win their next game to go through. But yep, anyway, the next game was Group A. It was Mexico v South Korea. Both teams coming off a win. Now, Mexico beating South Korea in a tight game, 1-0 the full-time score. Luciano Ramo scores his goal in the 50th minute that gave Mexico the win 1-0. So that makes Mexico was the first team to advance to the round of 32, I think. Yeah. But it was pretty tight on the stats. I mean, shots, both teams had 8 shots. Position was pretty tight. I mean, 57% Korea, 43% Mexico. Pass accuracy was pretty close, 87% Korea, 82% Mexico. Corners, there was actually 0 corners for Mexico in this game and only 2 for Korea. But Korea also had 6 offsides in this game. But yep, 1-0 the full-time score it was in that game. So that puts Mexico first on the table on 2 with 2 unbeaten on 2 with 6 points. They're through to the next round. Korea's on second with 3 points, and then Czech and South Africa in third and fourth for that one indeed. Then we move on to the next game, which was Group D. It was USA versus Australia. Now, after Australia upsetted Turkey this week, they didn't cause an upset against USA. USA going 2-0, 2-2 on wins, 2-0. USA beating Australia with Burgess scoring an own goal in the 11th minute, and also Alex Freeman scoring in the 43rd minute for America. But yeah, 2-0 USA win. So USA, they win both group matches. They still got 1 to go, but USA are through to the round of 32. So yeah, but USA team stats, I mean, shots 8 for 3 for America in this one. Our position was pretty dominated by USA, 63% USA, 37% Australia. Pass accuracy was USA 87% and only Australia 77%. But yep, USA through 2-0 and Australia still got a chance. But I mean, they are on 3 points, Australia, but they might have to win or draw the next game, but we'll see. But anyway, the next game was Group C, match 30. It was Scotland v Morocco now. After Scotland bet Haiti last week 1-0, they lose 1-0 against Morocco. Now, it was Mal Celebra Saibari scores in the 2nd minute. In the opening 2 minutes game, Morocco scored the one and only goal, which got them the win, 1-0 Morocco winning. Now, team stats, shots 12-6 by Morocco. Position was 60-40% Morocco. Passes, they got 666 passes for Morocco and only 441 from Scotland. Pass accuracy was 91% for Morocco and only 87% for Scotland. But yeah, 5 corners by Morocco. But yeah, Morocco, unbelievable indeed. So currently Morocco sits 2nd on the table on 4 points and Scotland just behind on 3rd on 3 points. But yeah, Morocco, what a win, 1-0 and a pretty tight. It looked like there was an early goal and then that was it for the rest of the game. But yeah, 1-0 the full-time score was in that game. The next one was Brazil v Haiti. Now Brazil beating Haiti 3-0 the full-time score. Matthew Cunha scored in the 23rd and 36th minute, and Vinicius Jr. scored in the 40-plus 3rd minute. But 3-0 Brazil bet Haiti. I mean, it was just an absolute domination from Brazil, especially on the stats. 57% possession for Brazil. They had an 89% pass accuracy, but it was just an absolute domination. Then move on to match 32 was Paraguay beating Turkey 1-0. Now, this was sort of like the Morocco-Scotland game, as just like Morocco scored in the first 2 minutes. Paraguay scored in the first 2 minutes. Galazar scoring the second minute for Paraguay, that one and only goal. Sort of like the Morocco game where the Morocco scored in the first 2 games, first 2 minutes, and then they won 1-0. That was sort of for Paraguay. They scored the opening 2 minutes to make it 1-0 Paraguay. Excuse me. But yeah, Turkey, they are eliminated from the World Cup. But yeah, team stats domination. Turkey, 33 shots from Turkey and 6 from Paraguay. And only 6 of those 33 shots were on target. But yeah, what a game that was indeed. 1-0 Paraguay. Then move on to Group F. Netherlands v Sweden. Now Netherlands beating Sweden 5-1. Absolute smashing by the Netherlands after Sweden had like a 5-1 win over, I think it was Tunisia or something. Netherlands returned a favor to Tunisia, beating Sweden 5-1. But yeah, Cody Gakpo scoring 2 goals in the 47th and 54th minute, and Brian Brobby scoring 2 goals for Netherlands in the 5th and 17th minute, and then Somerville scoring the 89th minute for Netherlands. But Anthony Elanga scoring the one and only goal for Sweden in this game in the 59th minute. But yep, Netherlands, they win 5-1. I mean, Netherlands, they look like dark horses indeed. Then we move on to Group E, which was my team, my country, Germany, beating Ivory Coast 2-1. 2-1 was the full-time score. Now, Frank Kessy scored in the 30th minute for Ivory Coast to make it 1-0, but then Dennis Undov off the bench scored in the 68th and 94th minute, which gave Germany the win. Now, Germany are through to round the 32 after not making it out of the group stage since 2014. They were able to finally, after 2 World Cups, Germany were able to get out of the group stage. So they're through to the round of 32 now. Domination, just 16 shots from Germany. 7 of those were on target. I mean, Germany, they had a 90% pass accuracy. But yep, Ivory Coast, they played a hell of a game. But yep, Germany winning the game 2-1. The next game was Group A. It was Ecuador versus Curacao. Now, Curacao upsetting Ecuador, making it a draw, 0-0. The draw was in this name. Now, Ecuador, they had 26 shots, but they could not find a goal. They had 15 of those shots on target, but they still couldn't find their goal against Curacao. So Curacao hold on to draw 0-0. So Curacao, they are still in this one, but 0-0 was the full-time score. Then we move on to match 36. It was Tunisia versus Japan. Now, Japan absolutely smashing Tunisia 4-0. Now, Japan, they look good, but Japan, Commander scored in the 4th minute for Japan. Ueda scored 2 goals for Japan in this game in the 31st and 83rd minute, and Itoa scored for Japan in the 69th minute. But yep, Japan, they won 4-0. Absolute brilliant from the Japanese. I mean, they had 57% of the possession, Japanese. They had 10 shots. 5 of them were on target. They had a pass accuracy of 91%. But yep, Tunisia, I think Tunisia are officially out of the World Cup. But yep, 4-0 Japan. Then we move on to Group H, Spain v Saudi Arabia. It was match 37. Spain finally getting their first win of this World Cup after drawing against Cape Verde last week 0-0. They beat Saudi Arabia 4-0. Now, Lamine Yamal scoring his first World Cup goal in the opening 10th minute. He scored in the 10th minute, and then Macal scored 2 goals for Spain in this game in the 21st and 24th minute, and Hassan scored an own goal in the 49th minute, which gave Spain a goal. But yep, 4-0, the full-time score. Now, Spain, they had 21 shots, and 9 of those shots were on target. But 21 shots from Spain and only 3 from Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia played a pretty poor game indeed. But yep, Spain got the win. Spain had 65% of the possession, whereas Saudi Arabia only had 35 passes. Spain had a whopping 639 and only 238 for Saudi Arabia. But just as I said before, Spain absolute domination against Saudi Arabia. Then we move on to Belgium v Iran, match 38. Belgium drawing against Iran 0-0. Now, there was a red card in this game. There was a red card for Belgium. Nephew Nagor getting a red card for Belgium in the 97th minute. Now, shots, Belgium had 22 of those shots, but still couldn't find a goal in this game with 7 shots on target. They had 68% of the possession. I mean, Belgium, from looking at the stats, they had so many opportunities to score a goal, but they just couldn't find one. But Iran, they were holding on. They draw against Belgium 0-0. Then we move on to the next game, which was Group H, Uruguay versus Cabo Verde, which was Verde. No, Uruguay drawing against Verde 2-2. The full-time score. Maximiliano Araujo scoring for Uruguay in the 44th minute, and Augustin Cannababio scoring in the 45th plus 6th minute for Uruguay. Now, Kevin Pena scored a goal for Cabo Verde to make it 1-0 in the 21st minute, and also in the 61st minute, Leo Varela scoring a goal to make the full-time score 2-2 in the 61st minute. But 2-2 the full-time score. Cabo Verde are really shocking teams with these draws. But that was a draw there. Then we move on to New Zealand, Egypt. Now, after New Zealand shockingly drawed against Iran last week, they lose against Egypt this week. Egypt getting their win 3-1 the full-time score. Now, Zico's scoring. Now, Finn Sermon scored a goal for New Zealand in the 15th minute, which gave New Zealand a 1-0 lead, but then Zico, Salah, and Trent Stewart scored in the 58th, 67th, and 82nd win, which gave Egypt a 3-1 win. But Egypt had 19 of the shots, 7 of them was on target, 56% of the possession Egypt had, but Egypt getting the win 3-1. Then we move on to Group J, Argentina v Austria. Now, Argentina are through to the next round after beating Austria 2-0. Now, Leo Messi scored 2 goals in this game. He is currently leading the goal scoring record in this World Cup with 5, but Lionel Messi scored in the 38th and 90 plus 5th minute. So 2-0 Argentina won this game. So Argentina are through to the next round. Group I was France v Iraq. Now, France beating Iraq 3-0. Kylian Mbappe scoring 2 goals in this game in the 14th and 54th minute, and Ousmane Dembele scoring in the 66th minute for France. But France, absolute domination. 18 shots by France and only 4 from Iraq. Shots on target was 5 of those. Possession, 56% France, 44% Iraq. Passes, 586 for France, 420 for Iraq. Pass accuracy was 91% France, 86% Iraq. Fouls, 8-4 for France. But France 3-0 the full-time score. So I think France are now through to the next round. I think it is. Then move on to Norway, Senegal. Norway beating Senegal in a tight game, 3-2 the full-time score. Haaland scored 2 goals in this game. Haaland looked pretty scored. Haaland scoring in the 48th and 58th minute, and Pedersen scored a goal for Norway in the 43rd minute. Now, Ismaila Sarr scored the 2 goals for Senegal, 53rd and 90 plus 3rd minute, but it wasn't enough. Norway holding on to beat Senegal 3-2 now. The stats was pretty tight. I mean, shots was 17-12 in favor for Senegal. Shots on target was 6-6. I mean, the position was pretty tight. Pass accuracy was 90% Senegal and only 79% Norway, but there was 13 fouls committed by Norway, even though they won this game at 3-2 the full-time score. Group J, Algeria, match 43. Algeria beating Jordan 2-1. Benda Bouali scoring the 69th minute for Algeria, and Amain Gouiri, sorry if I mispronounced his name, scored a goal in the 82nd minute for Algeria, and Nizan Al Rashandan scoring the 36th minute for Jordan. But Algeria 2-1 the full-time score after being 1-0 down at halftime. Algeria scored 2 goals in the second half to win 2-1. But Algeria are winning that game. Group K, we saw Portugal beat Uzbekistan after Portugal drawed last week. Portugal get their first win 5-0. Portugal get it in their second pool game. Cristiano Ronaldo scoring his first goal of the World Cup in the 6th minute. He scored 2 goals in this game in the 6th and 39th minute. Mendes scored a goal for Portugal in the 17th minute. Nematov scored an own goal in the 60th minute, which gave Portugal a 4-0 lead. And Rafael Leao scored in the 87th minute for Portugal. But 5-0 the full-time score it was. But absolute domination for Portugal. 66% of the possession. They had 16 shots, Portugal, and only 9 shots were on target. They had 92% of the pass accuracy, but nil 5-0 the full-time score. Then it was England v Ghana. Now, England and Ghana, shockingly, a 0-0 draw. So, yeah, that group is tied. Both teams are both. England's currently first on 4 points, and Ghana are second on 4 points. So, who can take out Group L? But anyway, 0-0 the full-time score. Now, England, on looking at the team stats, England had 19 shots, and they still couldn't get to goal, where Ghana only had 2. They had 19 shots, and England had only 4 of the 19 shots on target. They had 78% of the possession, and Ghana only had 22%, and they still couldn't score a goal. And the score still remained 0-0. But yeah, England, they should have won this game. I mean, like, they had 619 passes, and Ghana only had 168. They had a 95% pass accuracy. They committed less fouls. They had 9 corners, and they still couldn't score a goal. But yeah, Ghana holding on to beat England, to draw against England 0-0. Then Group L, Panama versus Croatia. Croatia 1-0 win. Benama scoring in the 54th minute for Croatia. So 1-0 Croatia win, with Croatia with 58% of the possession. They got 493 passes, 83% pass accuracy. But yep. Then Colombia versus DR Congo. Colombia beating DR Congo 1-0, with Daniel Mendoza scoring this one and only goal for Colombia, 1-0 in the 76th minute. Now, they had 20 shots, Colombia, and only 9 of them were on target. They had 66% of the possession. They had 506 passes, 88% of the pass accuracy. Fouls, they committed the less fouls, only 12. There was 2 yellow cards, but they did have 5 corners. But yep, that was the match day 2 results. Don't forget to comment down below what you thought of match day 2. Match day 3 kicks off tomorrow. But yep, this is how the standings look after match day 2. There's still one more group game each for both teams. But in Group A, we got first Mexico on 6 points. They're through to the next round. In second, we got South Korea on 3 points. Third, we got Czech on 1 point, and South Africa fourth on 1 point. In Group B, we got Canada on 4 points, Switzerland second on 4 points, third Bosnia on 1 point, and fourth Qatar on 1 point. Group C, we got Brazil on 4 points. Second, we got Morocco on 4 points. Scotland third on 3 points, and Haiti nil fourth. They are eliminated. Group D, we got USA top of the table on 6. Second, we got Australia on 3. Third, Paraguay on 3. Third, and Turkey fourth. There, eliminated. Group A, we got my country Germany on 6 points. Ivory Coast on 3 points. Ecuador on 1 point, and Curacao on 1 point. Group F, Netherlands on top with 4 points. Second, Japan on 4 points. Sweden third on 3 points, and Tunisia, of course, are out on 4th. Group G, Egypt on 4 points. Iran, Belgium, second and third on 2 points, and New Zealand fourth on 1 point. Group H, Spain is on 4 points. Uruguay, Cape Verde are second and third on 2 points. Saudi Arabia are 1. Group I, France and Norway are through to the next round. They are both 6 points. Senegal's third on 0 points, and Iraq is also on 0 points. Argentina is on 6 points. Austria is on 3 points. Algeria's on 3 points, with Jordan eliminated on 0 points. Group K, Colombia 6 points. They are through to the next round of 32. Portugal are second on 4 points. Cabo Verde is third on 1 point. Uzbekistan is fourth on 0 points. Group L, England 4 points. Second, Ghana on 4 points. Croatia third on 3 points. But yep, that is how the standings look after match day 2. Now match day 3 kicks off tomorrow. But anyway, guys, thanks everyone so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.